welcome back again this week, you guys. We are not in the garage. We are in my dining room, as it turns out. But this week we're going to do a little bit of looking at the bows that I have made over the course of time on this particular channel. I know that some of you guys have been watching for a real long period of time. Others of you have stumbled across what I've done even just recently. And so I'm going to highlight the construction techniques that are really kind of emphasized in those particular playlists, and hope that you guys can kind of look back through some of that material and get some really good information for you and the type of bow that you're trying to build. Let's go. Reflex Deflex bamboo backed Ipe build-along bow. This is the bow, which was really my initial work on this channel, kind of my seminal work, if you want to call it that. Covers just about every aspect of the construction of this particular bow. The editing in that particular video can be a little rough, and it's kind of, some videos are a little bit long. I think I'm going to try and revisit this particular build and make it something a little more interesting or easier to palette. But guys, if you're looking for the how-to part, it's in there in this build along. Was the ERC longbow that we just saw. It is in the playlist as the ERC longbow build along. It is Eastern Red Cedar. This particular playlist takes you through really from an entry-level standpoint how to come up with a very inexpensive but very reliable stave to start this build with. And then covers in detail how to rawhide back this particular project, along with the tillering process, the gross removal, and everything that comes with a stave build. So that's what this is, a self-bow stave with a rawhide back. The short Hickory Board self bow, and that's the name of the build along for this particular bow. I think you'll notice that the string follow on this bow is next to none. I go through on this particular build along very much in detail the tillering process for tillering a bow, and that is really the value of this particular build along, is tillering a wooden stave. It is a self bow. It is relatively short, and it is a great build along if tillering is something that you are really trying to wrap your arms around. Check this one out. Is the Egyptian Duoflex Salvage Bow Build Along. In this particular bow, there are actually 4 pieces to this belly. There's 2 pieces laminated together on each side here, and then they meet in the middle as billets. This particular build gives you an alternative grip assembly that you don't have to have any real joinery skills, because it's a very simple joint at the grip that produces this particular bow, and still allows a very significant amount of setback. All right, so that is probably the greatest value in this particular bow build along, as well as the riser configuration to make this style work. bamboo back and belly build along. Now, this bow is more along the lines of like a tri-lam bow. For you guys that are interested in doing a tri-lam build, goes into detail with regard to how to build this riser piece that is integral to a mold that you can put this bow into when you glue it up. A lot of effort, or not effort, but a lot of information that goes into how to build the mold. So if you guys are looking to build either tri-lam bows, multi-lam bows, or even fiberglass back and belly bows, this build along has within it how to not only build the mold, but then how to glue up the pieces in a way that's going to get you everything put together perfectly, seamlessly, and ready to tiller. Inspired hybrid bamboo back and belly bow build. I think I got that all right. This was probably the first experimental bow that I did on this channel. It does have 3 layers to it. There's a core in there, and so this is one of those builds that focuses a lot on how to get the parts milled and how to get them glued up in a manner that allows you to move forward with the tillering and the bow construction. Now, I will state from the onset that there were a lot of tribulations with regard to how this bow came together. If you encounter lamination issues, if you encounter tillering issues that are way out of whack with a tri-lam or bamboo bow that you're building, I would encourage you to check out this particular video. There is a lot of mitigation work involved in bringing this particular bow to life. The Scythian Bow Build. It is a all bamboo construction primarily. There are some, not Sias, but some very stout recurve reinforcements in these limbs. It is an incredibly light bow, and I don't know if you can see in the camera that the recurve reinforcements end here, and the riser feathers out here, and the entire working limb in this particular bow is like less than 12 inches in length. Guys, this build along really challenges the materials that are in use here, and is a great build along to watch if you're interested in doing like a back and belly type of build that has no core in the middle. And so I've given up that tapering ability that a core brings to aid in the tillering piece of the process. And so a lot of process information in terms of how to prepare the belly and how to get the back and belly to work simultaneously. Anything from node placement to tempering, etc. It's in this build along. The Assyrian Bow Build. Now this particular bow, this is really kind of capitalizing on a lot of the techniques and everything else that have been learned in the prior builds. It is strictly a bamboo back and belly. You'll notice that it has Duoflex in it, and if you watch any of the other videos, you understand the value of a great Duoflex at the grip accompanied with a lot of reflex in the limbs. Very, very efficient design. In addition to that, we have included Sias. So this is strictly an Assyrian style design to it. The working limb, similar to the Scythian Bow Build along, is very short. Although I lengthened it to some degree on this particular build, I want to say it was like 13 inches. So I've got a lot more, I've got extra working limb that's not stressed nearly as badly as the reflexed and recurved bows, which means we can get an awful lot of bend out of not a lot of bow and create a shorter length. So this is a much shorter bow. We are starting to embark on some very compact, high efficiency, long draw type of bow designs when we get into this one. So guys, this is a great build if you want to follow along just to get some great design elements. And it's a fun one. I think I'm going to continue to work on refining this particular design in future builds.